Some time ago, we told you about the tactics you can use in dogfights. But what if your plane simply isn't meant for it? What do you do when your machine isn't maneuverable enough? So today we'll tell you about your solution, the boom and zoom tactic. It's a pretty simple yet efficient trick in air battles. To cut the story short, you gain an altitude advantage over your enemy, speed up, attack them, and then climb back up, whether you succeed or not. Now here's the long story. Let's start with your plane, since not each of them will do. The first thing you should consider in your choice is climb rate. To use boom and zoom, you have to be above your enemy, so you will either need a fighter with an excellent climb rate, or a machine that might be a little slower than your main possible enemies, but can spawn in the air. Another important factor is speed-preserving capabilities, since you need to climb back up after the attack. One more thing, you won't be able to do it without some powerful weapons that can destroy the enemy with a short volley. And last but not least is finding a machine that handles well even in a dive. Right off the bat, we can recommend you try that on the German Bf 109, the Focke-Wulf 190, or the American Cobras. Let's practice, shall we? Just as we said, gain the altitude first. Don't do that flying directly at your enemy. Turn aside a little. First, it'll give you a chance to use your plane's advantage in climbing. Second, most of your enemies are likely to start a fight with your more maneuverable allies. Once you get to 5.5 or 6 kilometers, take a good look around. This is the altitude where you can frequently spot bombers. That's when your heavy cannons might come in handy. Be careful though, there might be an enemy employing the same tactics. Gain altitude, avoid main fights. They would become your priority target. Now, once you deal with them, you can get lower and find a new target. Look for planes that got separated and fly alone, or those two involved in a dogfight. Once you spot one, don't rush to it. Before you attack, you'd want to get around 2 kilometers above it. The best boom and zoom attack is one that's almost vertical, since it's way harder to dodge. And don't forget to reduce your throttle, or you risk going too fast. By the way, here's another little hint. When you reduce throttle, your engine becomes quieter, so it might help you further postpone your detection. If you fail to destroy your target with the first attack, don't worry. Go full throttle and increase the distance to avoid a counterattack. Once you get around 2 kilometers away from them, start gaining altitude again. You shouldn't try to engage in a dogfight if you miss the attack. With the speed you're flying at, you simply fly past them and expose your six. Another rookie mistake is trying to climb up vertically after the attack. That gives your enemy an opportunity for retaliation. It's much safer to just go back to where you started and try again. Now that's everything we wanted to share with you about boom and zoom today. Please tell us what other tactics you'd like to see in our next episodes while we answer some of the questions you ask us in the comments.